Welcome back. While we're waiting for Mr. Sustin to rejoin, here we are at test hint number 11. How to write the chemical formula of a specific ionic compound containing a specific polyatomic anion. This is an H versus an ite kind of question. So let's pick one of our eights or ites.
Sure.
Do you have an example over there?
Let's go with nitrate.
Okay.
So if we said identify the correct formula for aluminum nitrate. Nitrite.
Nitrite.
I was already thinking of the A. Nitrate 8.
Okay.
Make sure you pick the right version. Make sure you pick the right flavor
Right.
of nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrate is the NO3. Aluminum, we know, has a positive 3 oxidation number when it forms ions. Nitrate is NO3, a -1 charge. These charges don't cancel. Crisscross. You had best pick aluminum nitrate that way.
I'm glad you put up this example because a lot of times we've been seeing that people are looking at the +3 charge and they're like, oh, there's already a 3 there. It's all good. No, it's not.
Yeah, they're doing 3 times negative with that.
Right. No. That whole group, you got to keep that polyatomic ion family together and consider the charge on that whole group.
Right. This thing is one piece.
One ion.
You could put smiley face there.
Right. Triangle.
It's one thing that has a -1 charge.
Okay.
Right.
So an incorrect answer choice for this one might be AlNO2. 3.
And
Which is?
only the dedicated, motivated students are going to catch that.
That's the
Because-
nitrite ion.
Because they're reading carefully.
Right.
Right.
All right, hint number 12.
Number 12 is how to identify a correctly written name and formula from a list.
Well, there's lots and lots and lots of these. We will let you in on the secret that all of these formulas contain polyatomic ions. Okay, so this is another example where you'll have the name given and then a chemical formula. You're going to need to make sure that you're checking the charges, that the right subscripts are there. It's essentially taking page 1 and 2 of the monster and putting them together.
Matching them up. And some of my students were actually doing that.
Oh, right from the beginning. Oh, they were trying to
They
match.
were kind of cheating.
Ah.
Like they knew the formula from one page,
Yeah.
and then they were just finding the name on the other side.
Aren't there only like 5 that work?
But they were trying really
No,
hard.
they were trying really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 13. So what molecular compounds are made of? Okay, we've been talking all ionic so far. Molecular compound, Molecular compounds are also called covalent compounds. They are covalently bonded, sharing electrons, so that must be all non-metals. Good.
Number
14.
14, the correct ending for the names of all binary ionic compounds. Binary is 2 naries. That means you have monatomic ions in an ionic compound, and
Or in
in a covalent compound, you just have the one non-metal bonded to another non-metal. They always end in "ide."
Right, and it's 2 kinds. So you could have like CO2 is carbon dioxide, but it ends in "ide" because there's the carbon kind of atom and the oxygen kind of atom,
Right.
even though there are 3 atoms altogether. So it's not a count of the atoms, it's the different kinds.
Right. 15.
Ah,
How to indicate the number of atoms of each element in the name of a binary molecular compound.
it's handy that I just did that example.
Right.
You know, we don't plan this stuff ahead of time.
Go
Really?
back to those numeric prefixes.
Right, and I call this carbon dioxide because there clearly are 2 oxygens there. And since there's just 1 carbon, we don't have to say monocarbon dioxide. If there's just 1 on the first element, we know it's all good. But we have now prefixes if it's covalently bonded to tell us how many there are. 16. How to identify a binary molecular compound from a list of formulas. formulas. Well, these are all going to be correct chemical formulas. You just have to figure out which one is covalently bonded and compared to the ones that are ionically bonded. So look for your compounds that are all non-metals.
17, what acids produce when they are dissolved in water? What makes an acid an acid?
An acid.
Well, they produce hydrogen ions.
Right?
When they dissolve in water, they dissociate to produce at least one hydrogen ion in solution.
And we know from our inquiry activity that the first one we did that we could recognize something was an acid because it started with hydrogen.
Even if it has an H somewhere else in the formula,
Right. That's what
we always keep that H out there on the front of the formula of an acid to really emphasize that this is indeed an acid. All right?
So, sorry about the background noise, but apparently track practice is going on right outside our door. Number 18. Test it, number 18. How to identify the correct formula and name of an acid from a list. And this is similar to what we've been doing in other examples as well. Now this is an example with acids. So we had some with ionic compounds. Here's the ions, here's the correct formula, and so on. And let's take a break.
I think so.
Hold on, just a moment.